Hello. Okay. So I just saw this video of a very modern art piece. It was very simple. It had like two colors straight across and like a circle in the middle. And that is what we call modern art. And the comments under this video kind of crazy to me, so I want to talk to him about it. A lot of the comments under the video were like, I could have made that. Why is modern art a thing? It shouldn't be a thing, and new art is ruining old art and it doesn't mean anything anymore. But I think it's important for us to understand that modern art isn't meaningless. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it's not important, and that doesn't mean something. We talked about this a lot in some of my art classes, trying to define what is art and what makes it meaningful. What we came to the conclusion really was art is not defined by the viewer, but it's defined by the artist. All that matters is what that artist was thinking when they were making it and what it means to them personally. And yeah, it can be important for the viewer to also like feel something or look at an art piece and have it resonate with them. Sometimes in our culture, we're made to think that art is supposed to make us feel good and make a meaningful impact on us personally as a viewer. To me, that's not the case. Another thing we talked about in the class was just about how intention is such a big factor. What was this person feeling when they were making this art piece? What were they trying to convey? What things are they going through in their life? Things that we as the viewer wouldn't be able to understand fully, and no one but the artist would be able to understand that. I guess my point is, it's okay for modern art not to be understood by you. Sometimes it's not going to be the case. Sometimes it is. Sometimes maybe you'll look at it and be like, wow, that's a really good piece of art. And sometimes you'll look at it and be like, I don't really know what that is. But what you can do instead of saying, well, that's a trash piece of art, you could say, wow, I don't know what this artist was going through. I don't know what they're trying to say. But you could say instead, oh my gosh, this artist put aside some time to make this art piece because it was meaningful to them. Not all art is made to be looked at. Sometimes you're just having a hard day and you just want to slap some paint on a canvas. And for me personally, I don't usually make very abstract things or like simplistic things. But when I do, I mostly do it just because I need to get something out of my head and I just need to make something, you know what I mean? Anyway, I did a horrible job at explaining this. The point is, I think we should stop trying to invalidate other people's work just because we don't understand it. Instead, we should just appreciate that person and the time they put into it, whether it's like 1 minute or like 3 days, whatever, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we appreciate all art, even if we don't understand it, and you know, it's okay not to like something. It's okay to say, hey, I don't get that, that's kind of weird, whatever. But you know, we shouldn't say things aren't art because art is such a subjective thing. And really anything is art when you put your mind to it. Whatever art is to you, that's art. It's not really our job to invalidate people, what they're feeling and what they're making. And also, I kind of hate the idea that in order for art to be art, it has to be unique and interesting. That's really annoying to me. I don't know, just because art is so much about like the soul, yourself, and what you are trying to put out there. Repeating myself so much, but it's so important. Remember that, you know, if it's not like eye-catching, boring, that doesn't mean it doesn't have value and it doesn't have meaning and importance in the world. Because I think mundane things can be so beautiful. It's like that one scene in the Barbie movie. The mom, I can't remember her name, but she's making this speech about women and how they need to be this and they need to be that. They need to be awesome, powerhouse all the time. But the truth of it is really that art is kind of just like that, where sometimes we just need an ordinary Barbie. Sometimes we just need a simplistic, everyday, mundane, isn't super eye-catching, but that's what makes it beautiful, you know? It's not trying to set itself apart. It's not trying to be extra and out there. It's just being itself. It's just being simply what it is. I don't know if this is making any sense, but I just think it's so important that we like try and broaden our minds a little bit, especially those who aren't in the art community, because I know many artists will agree with me on this. I think it's just important to educate people about how art shouldn't be put in a box, because that would be awful. Things don't have to be realistic. Things don't have to be crazy detailed. Things don't have to be this and that. It can be whatever you want. It can be whatever the artist wants. So anyway, that was it. That was all I had to say. But just keep that in mind. Next time you see an art piece, you remember that. If you're still here, leave me a smiley face emoji so I know if you care.